Good morning, ninth class. Today in chemistry, we are going to start a topic of solutions. Solutions, as we all know, is made up of solute when it is dissolved in solvent, or solution is solute plus solvent. A solution is homogeneous mixture of two or more components whose composition may gradually change by changing the amount of components. A solution which is made up of two components, we call it binary solution. A solution which is made up of three, we call it trinary, and if four components are present, we call it quaternary solutions. When a salt crystal dissolves in water, it forms saline solution. The salt is classified as solute and water is known as solvent, and the saline water which we get is known as solution. If the component exists in different physical state, then the solvent is the component which exists in the same phase as the final solution. If sugar is dissolved in water, in that case, the final solution will be liquid. If water is solvent and sugar is solute. Now we are having some examples. A solution may be formed by mixing liquid into liquid water and alcohol, solid in a liquid sugar solution or salty solution, a liquid in gas soda water or lime, Pepsi, Coke, a solid in another solid alloy. A homogeneous solution of solid in another solid is known as solid solution. We know gold is gold is very soft to make it hard, and we are adding some impurities like copper and silver. Brass is another solid solution which contains copper and zinc. And there are some another solutions, we call them true solutions. The true solutions are the solutions in which the solute present is having very small size, which cannot be even observed under microscope, around 10 raised to minus 10 meter, like that is their size of the solute. Here the term solution actually means true solutions. Why? Because it appears to be clear, transparent, homogeneous. Solute particles is very small. Even if we are passing a light from the torch through that solution, the light will not scattered. And second thing is that components cannot be separated even by filtration. Even you are using some bacterial separation filter papers, then also they will not be separated. So, and solute particles, once the solution is formed, will not settle down at the bottom. You might have seen many of the solutions in which the solute particles settle down. We have to shake them before using, but the true solutions does not need any shaking. Now, when a solute is dissolved in water, the solution obtained is known as aqueous solution. But if the solvent is other than water, like alcohol, phenol, and all that, then the solution will be non-aqueous solution, because the solvent is non-aqueous. They do not dissolve in water. When solvent is alcohol, solution is known as tincture. We many a time apply tincture iodine on the wound whenever we got hurt while in the school playing. Yes, the one which gives that brown yellowish stain. Now, solutions may further be of two types, can be classified. Dilute solutions, the solutions in which more solute can be added, or which solvent is present in large amount and solute is present in small amount. Then concentrated solution, in which the amount of solute is more for a given mass of solvent. Yes, where solvent solute is more and the amount of solvent is less as compared to dilute solution. Now coming on to another type of solution, that is saturated solutions. The solutions in which more solute cannot be added at a given temperature. And how we can make saturated solution? You take water, keep on adding salt, 1 spoon salt, 2 spoons salt. For some time the salt will dissolve in water, but after some time it will stop dissolving. Now whatever stirring or something you are doing, you will see that the salt will remain at the bottom of the glass. Now what, and this is happening when we are not changing the temperature. Now if we are cooling, what is the effect of cooling on saturated solution? Once I have got saturated solution and I am dropping down the temperature, when I drop down the temperature, okay, and our solution is left for a longer time in that condition, the solute separates out or start forming crystals. Now what will happen if we are heating the saturated solution? When we are heating the saturated solution, the gap between the water molecule will increase and the solution will become unsaturated. A more amount of solute can be dissolved in such condition. So while lowering the temperature, crystallization will take place, and on heating, saturated solution will turn into unsaturated solution. More solute can be added. So here unsaturated solution is the one in which more solute can be dissolved at a given temperature. Now there is one more type of solution that we call it supersaturated solution. A solution generally holds a fixed amount of solute, but if while doing some we can add more amount of solute in a given solution, such solution is known as supersaturated solution, more than the capacity. Supersaturated solution at a particular temperature is one that is more concentrated than its saturated solution. It contains more solute than saturated solution. Supersaturated solution are metastables, and if slightly shaking or scratching, or we are adding some solute, one drop on it, then crystallization will start occurring. It is possible to bring down the temperature of saturated solution a little without the excess of solute crystallization out. Sorry, we'll not do that. Concentration of no, we'll do about some how we can find out concentration of a solution. You are being given solution and you are being told to find the concentration. So first method, that is mass percentage. It is defined as the mass of solid solute in grams present in 100 grams of solution. It is mostly used when solute is added and solvent is solid and solvent is liquid. So what is the formula for concentration of solution? Mass of solute divided by mass of solution, means the mass of solute plus mass of solvent together taken and multiplied by 100. For example, we are adding 100 grams of sodium chloride in 90 grams of water. The concentration will be what? 100 upon 100 plus 90 into 100. So it becomes 10%. One more method is there to express the concentration of solution, that is volume percent. In this, what is the volume of solute is being taken by taking the 100 ml volume of solution. So volume is the same. There it is grams. Here it is in volume, milliliters. So milliliter of solute divided by milliliters of solute plus milliliters of solvent into 100. Or volume being taken for that. For example, 30 ml of alcohol is added into 70 ml of water. Then we got 30 upon 100 multiply by 100. 30% is the volume percent. So there are certain numericals which are being given. Now try solving them.